True. Woke up this morning, went straight to the paper. Straight to the paper. I ain't got no papers. Tapped the door and went right to my neighbor. Sure. Hey, good morning, I fuck with you, neighbor. I was wondering if you got any papers. That's for sure, man, you know that I do. But I need that for work, that's related. I told him relax. I got your lotto to match. I cannot fuck with the plaque. I came right here, I'm coming right back. Crack the seal off the back of the backs. We just rolling them shits back to back. Fuckers calling my phone back to back. Trying to chill, trying to smoke, trying to mac. Give a dick, she don't know how to act. Pop a willy, that bitch on your back. Flip her over, that bitch on the back. For the street, so I'm sending her back.
You're my nigga. Fuck is that smelling so good? Damn. What you got right there in that wood? OG Kush, gelato that.
That was hard. Welcome back to a cool podcast. I am your host, Tiana E. And we have your other host,
Terry Leon.
And Juan Samir. What's good, y'all? What's up, family?
What's good, everybody?
I hope y'all feeling the intro song from our cousin Flame. It's Flame versus Kent Papers. He killed that. That was hard. What's up with you, Juan? Real quick, you was killing Lynette or something real quick.
yeah. I gotta get rid of a couple of them. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I've been taking my trash out on time. I don't know.
Yeah. We're just gonna rock out this week. We're gonna have topics. I changed my webcam, so hopefully it don't look like I went to sleep and it don't be lagging. Last couple weeks, man, other webcam drawing that joint had me slipping. It had me look like I was asleep. We can't have that. But we're gonna get into these topics. The first one we're gonna get into is well, before we get into topics real quick, let's get into Flame's song real quick. Shout out to him. I just want to say shout out to him again real quick. Proud of cousin, producer. He really doing his thing. You got anything to say about Flame, Harry?
Oh, I definitely got something to say, man. Flame is probably the most talented artist out of Camden, in my opinion, man. He has such a versatile style that he could just flip over from being a producer to rapping. I mean, I know him ever since I was like about 5 years old. So as far as just knowing him and being honored to be his cousin, man, it's just so cool, man, to see his progression over the years, man. Like I always felt like he was a musical genius. And now, like, we get to introduce his song on the platform. So there's a lot of love, man. Shout out to Flame, man. Shout out to Superstar K. Shout out to everybody in Camden just doing their rapping thing and their music thing, man. If you guys got music, we'll put our link in there so you guys could start tapping in with us. But, yeah, man, Flame, man. Check that out. Flame and Klint Papers. That joint is fire.
Yeah, it definitely had like a bounce to it.
Yeah,
it definitely had a bounce to it. It was pretty good, man. Some good stuff.
Right. But yeah, so let's jump into these topics. The first one we're gonna get into is facing fears. I got like something to say about this right off the rip because I've recently done something that I felt like I had to face a fear. I feel like a fear for me is like, you know, jumping out of my comfort zone, leaving a situation. And I quit my job last month. And for me, that was a difficult decision because I was like, I was saying for the longest, like, yeah, I'm gonna quit my job. COVID happened and I still ain't quit. And I had to like pick my mental health and I had to choose me. And I don't know, like this past month, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's been easy, you know, you're gonna have challenges every day, but I'm finally in a good space. I'm finally happy. I'm healing. I just started working out again. Like, so for me, that was crazy. And I seen something on the news and it was like, in the month of May and June, I think and I'm pretty positive most of them was millennials, and so I'm happy for our, the past generation because our generation and one before that because other generations wasn't quitting. We ain't putting up with nothing. Like we're not happy, we don't like something, we out on to the next, and I love that for us. But yeah, that's the first thing I gotta say about facing fear is like quitting.
I saw you.
Not say quitting, but doing something that's good for me because. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not telling y'all to quit your job, but if it's not making you happy, if you're not happy to get up and go there, quit that job.
I saw you on the I saw the Bowflex on the IG.
Yeah, yeah. My dad got a whole little gym set up, so I'm happy about that too, cause I ain't gotta go pay no gym membership. Like I feel like we got everything that we need right at the crib, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sore right now. I'm sore. I'm sore right now, but I'm so happy to be back in the gym because like that's one of my favorite like hobbies to work out. You know, it just helped me stay in a good space. You know, if I'm having a bad day, that's gonna instantly make me feel better. So yeah, I might have some workout videos coming soon. But what about y'all? I know y'all been facing some fears. So I know y'all got some stories.
A lot of them. You go ahead and go first, Juan, man. You can break it down.
Um,
Yeah.
a fear of mine. A fear that I'm facing. I'm still facing it. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime, like I think about like my mom. You know what I'm saying, and just like everything that like my mom done battle with, that like we done battle with as just from a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still facing that fear. So it's like I just I always preach to y'all, man. Just one day at a time. You know what I mean? I think like it's and like you just heal with time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like time heals all. So like that's one way of just really facing fear. Just praying about things. Just not just trying to keep your mind not really busy in a hectic way, but just busy in a productive way where you don't really think about those negative things. You just I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You gotta just trying to stay as positive as you can. So um I don't know. I can't I mean I quit my job. I think I quit my job last year, and it wasn't like I knew I was gonna leave. I just didn't know like how it was. Like you never know like how it's going to happen or like when it's going to happen. Like I knew my time was coming up because I was getting like I was getting a lot of like opportunities just working with the camera. A lot of people was contacting me for like work. So I'm just like like I'm getting there. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting where I need to be in order to pursue my passion and pursue my dream. But it just kind of just happened. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally. And then I think I'm not sure if it was a week before me or a week after me. Ashley quit her job, so it was like the whole household. Like we just was fed up. You know what I mean? Like she was at her job for 5 years. I was at my job for 2.5 years, and I'm talking like 12 hours overnight, 4 days a week, sometimes 5 days a week, and it was just like it was a lot. You know what I mean? And I know that everything requires hard work, but
Yes.
just like working overnight is just a different animal. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Much love, like much respect to like anybody who works that night shift, man, because it ain't it's you got to be built differently to
Facts.
for that kind of lifestyle. So I mean, even like and even that was an adjustment, like because I think I was working like overnight for probably like 6 years, but just that was a fear because it's just like you could really put yourself in a bad position. Like, can I really do this? Because after just going to sleep at night for 20 years and then just switching it off to be like, okay, I have to tell my body, when it's light outside, I have to go to bed. When it's dark outside, I have to be up. So that was just like a really transition. But you just really ask yourself, like, are you up for the challenge? You know what I'm saying? And like for me, I just I feel like I just always have the I just feel like that's always been like one of my strengths is just like facing challenges and just saying to myself I can do that, or I can accomplish that, or I'm always trying to test myself just to see, how I can do. So just yeah, my mom, me like quitting my job, pursuing like my passion. But I wouldn't really call it like facing the fear. It's just like, really overcoming the fear. Because it's like you can do it, but it's one thing to say it and then it's another thing to actually like do it and like, really put your foot on the pedal. So, it's one day at a time, man. One day at a time.
Man, for me, it's First of all, it's the fear in God, man. I mean, I'm always a God fearing man, so you know what I mean. I know that within my life, I would like to live righteously, man. Like, I think the art and the thought of fear is something that can like kind of like either depress you or put you in a situation where you don't want to move forward. But I don't look at fear that way. I look at fear in like something that I could just like face head on, opposed to just letting it like overpower me or like take me down. Um, my personal fear in life is probably at one point in time probably just rejection. You know, um, it's kind of hard to have a dream of yours and not have it see forward. You know what I mean? So I think rejection was a time in my life, or there was a time in my life where rejection seemed like it was one of my fears. But I could definitely say being content is also probably on my list because I never want to feel completely content. I always want to strive for more. I always want to keep going. I always want to excel to the next level. So I guess like just being where we come from, being from Camden, I lived in Pensacola and I also lived in Arizona. And, I just see sometimes people just get content where they're at. And that kind of like is like you guys' position, like you were working for somebody at one point. It wasn't quite comfortable for you, and you probably did have a time period where you felt content where you were working, but it definitely didn't suit you or your personality type or just overall what you wanted to do. Because I know us three collectively like to be in control of what we got going on. And when you're working for somebody, it's kind of hard to facilitate where you're going to go, where you're going to be at when you got to ask for permission from a company or a corporation. So just the thought in mind of not having to be content is something that really is how I tackle my fear, because I know that if I just sit around and just let myself be complacent, I won't challenge myself to rise to that next level. So yeah, my fear is just being content.
I feel that.
Episode is brought to you by Peerspace. Peerspace is a peer-to-peer marketplace for booking space for events, meetings, and productions. Launched in February of 2014, Peerspace is a privately owned company operating in the San Francisco Bay Area, Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Austin, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. I wanted to capitalize off of what you said, like as far as like, yeah, this night is killing me, but like facing fears, it's more so just facing a challenge though. You know what I mean? Like we all go through things, so it's like it's just about really the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you strong enough to like you might you might make it into a fear. It might not be a fear, but it's more about like your mental state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's big facts. Yeah, because you could definitely psych yourself out of anything.
Right.
I think just like I said, the thought of fear, it really is what cripples most people, because
Mm-hmm.
you have all the talent in the world. God has given you all the abilities to do amazing things. And sometimes you get distracted or you get discouraged by maybe what other people got going on, or maybe different variables that happen within your life that may be traumatic that will pause you from doing what you wanted to achieve and accomplish. So I feel like once you have your mindset on what you want to achieve, it's hard for somebody to get you out of that mode once you are locked in,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that's why I love what you say, bro. You say one day at a time, because sometimes we try to solve the puzzle in a matter of a minute or maybe even a day. But really,
Right.
that's not how life works.
You
It's
want to just put it in the chokehold right there and just say you got it.
facts. You want to just erase it from your head a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that. I mean, you know, healing takes time, like you said, and it's one of those variables that we don't really contribute all the time because we get discouraged. We do have those, like you said, feelings of fear, and that's really what hinders us.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot of work being an adult, man. It's a lot of work. It's like you really miss those times being a kid when you're an adult, and then especially having kids. It's a lot of responsibility. It's like
Mm-hmm.
there's so like as an adult, just being an adult and just wanting to do good for yourself. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fear. Like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to take care of myself? You know what I mean? It just there's so many questions you need to get answered. But like I said, man, as long as you just continue to just take it one day at a time, just pray, surround yourself with like positive people, people that you love, family. Everything will work itself out.
Facts.
Yeah. I feel like me personally, I feel like in some instances, I feel like I'm fearless because of like a lot of experiences I went through over the years. But like maybe it's different from me because I don't have kids yet. I just have nieces and nephews. So for me, like when I make a decision, like I think about it first before I, make a decision, especially if it's something like big. But I don't know. I guess for me, it's a little bit different because I don't have like if I make a decision to go wrong, at least it's not like I don't have a kid depending on me. Like I don't have to live for a kid. Like when y'all parents, so y'all have to like y'all decisions really matter because you if you like example quitting your job, if you quit your job right and you don't know how you're gonna get money, like you still gotta make sure you feed yourself, feed your kid, make sure you and your family has shelter, things like that. For me, it's a little bit different because I'm like, okay, well, I ain't got no dependents. So if I make a crazy decision, like it can be detrimental, but like it's something I could bounce back from because I don't have the fear of like how I might be impacting, my children or my significant other.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
I'm not my bad, cuz. Go
no,
ahead.
no, go ahead,
No,
cuz.
no, I was gonna say I like what you said about like the experience that
Yeah.
and then like by you know the experiences you go through even like young, and then you overcome it. Then the more you get older, you overcome more experiences. So that in itself just lets you know that it's possible. That that okay, yeah, I'm gonna get through this because I done overcame something else, or I done went through that already. It's gonna be all right. So it's just like it's just
Yeah.
that and that builds up confidence. So
Mm-hmm.
it just always reflect and look back like, okay, well, I have this situation going on, but I overcome this, so I know I can overcame that, so I know I can overcome this. So it's all mental. It's like a game, you know what I mean? It's all mental.
Yeah, and like what you said earlier, T, I think even without the kids, it starts with self love.
Right.
You
Yeah.
really got to incorporate self love and have that instilled in you. When you wake up, what are you eating? Are you eating something healthy to get your day started? These are all things that are like factors in determining how we feel. So like you said, working out and kind of like getting your mind free of a lot of things, that goes a long way in helping, your mental stability and your mental health. But even without the kids, your mind has to be fresh just with you. You got to have that self love and
Right.
practice that self care to enable yourself to really be able to even think about when I have kids, at least I'm good, solid first within myself, so I could teach them the type of things that works for me and or my mental health, so that we don't prolate a lot of trauma that we have as kids or throughout our adult lives that transform to our children. So, just starting with yourself, I think that goes a long way.
Boy, I ain't have no kids, so now I'm just playing.
Well, you got
But on
nieces.
my bed. Hold on, I turned my light out by accident.
Now I said, well, you got nieces and nephews, so that's the start right
That
there.
is my kids. That's my kids.
Exactly, right. That's your practice, yeah.
They think I'm the bank. I asked Jill last month. She said she wanted something from the store. I said, do I look like the bank? I said, do you think I'm rich? She said, no. I said, do I look like the bank to you? She said, yeah. I said, okay. I think I get why you act the way you do. They
you
spoiled
get,
though.
you
But
getting your practice in for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shit, I
I
had
be
my
feeling like
practice.
even though they're not my kids, I be feeling like I still feel like, you know, they almost like my kids because like I be missing them. I had to tell myself the other day, I was like, damn, when the last time I seen the kids? And I was like, we just went on a family vacation not too long ago. But for me, like, I don't know, like I feel like it's been 2 months and it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah. You got such an attachment to them. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. I had a lot of practice early with my nephews, you know what I mean? Like when I was young. And that was great for me. You know what I'm saying? That helped me out a lot. I had practice with you know, Ashley's nephews. That helped me out a lot too. And yeah, because her Nova and his cousins, they're like 1 year apart. So, you know, it was like fresh. You know what I'm saying? But it helps out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that kind of ties into like life experiences too. I feel like, you know, those are things that happen in your life. And, you know, I feel like no matter who you are, no one's ever going to be prepared to have children. You could read all the books in the world, but you won't know until you have your own. But like having cousins or nieces and nephews to like get in practice with, it probably does make it a little bit better. Even for me, like, I mean, obviously I don't have kids yet, but at one point I played the role of a stepmom, and I felt like having nieces and nephews already and growing up with little cousins, I felt like it helped me get into practice of like things I had to do every day. Cause I wasn't just at that point in my life, I wasn't just focusing on myself. Now I got somebody else to worry about. I gotta wake up and get myself ready to work and then get somebody ready for school. So I think it helps, like, you know.
Shout out to all the step parents out there, man.
Right,
yeah.
facts.
I think a lot of times they don't get the credit they deserve. You know, if you
tough work.
are stepping in that spot, you got a lot of responsibility. So shout out to all the step parents out there. Shout out to all the parents in general for everything that everybody has to endure as parents, because it's not easy. And I think we really found that out during the pandemic with a lot of the kids staying home. You know, you had to figure out things to have them do during the pandemic, which was difficult in itself when school was locked down. So, I mean, we all had our fair share of challenges, man, but parenthood is really something that we all tend to, you know, have challenges with every day, and we work on to being the best parents we can possible, so that our children can have the best lives possible.
Man, let me tell y'all a story, right? Our like when Nova was when Ashley was like a couple months, right? Man, and you know, she was pregnant, that the pregnancy stage. I don't remember smoking so much. I don't remember if I've ever smoked so much weed, man. Like, you know, I was getting, I'm talking about,
He
nah,
was on
I
the
mean,
paper.
like,
It was
yo,
panicking.
not like panicking, but it's just a sense of like just nervousness because it's something new. You know what I'm saying? And it's something like fresh. And it was just like, you know, man, I'm talking about, I was smoking like a lot. Like I barely smoke now. It might be like once every event or once every blue moon, but I was smoking like so much, man. But just to calm down and like relax and just excitement as well. But man, those were the times, man. The sour diesel was on. That was sour diesel was on deck. It was on deck, man. Especially being out North Camden. My mom used to be like, you know what I mean? Let me get. I'm like, and man, it was crazy. It was fun times, man. You like really look back and just be like, wow, like, you know, just
That's when
you really don't even realize how much you
that's when they used to
overcome.
sell the nickel bags.
Yeah, nah, it was
The dimes is out.
yeah, North Camden had that good.
Yeah, man. I think life is all about just accepting the day for what it's worth, though, man. And a lot of times, man, we need things to help us cope. You know, if it's you know, smoking or chilling or just being with family, man, is very important. Your interactions with family is like probably the most important things, other than you know, challenging yourself as far as career wise. I mean, because life's all about balance,
Yeah.
and you could have the best career in the world, but you could be lonely. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Or the tide could be changed. You know what I mean? You could be having you know, the best family in the world, but you know, your career is not moving the way you want, And I think that, within time, we all find that balance. We find that inner, um, better part of ourselves that allow us to reach to those points. And as we evolve, we start to build better relationships with, our business and our family and things like that. But it's not easy. It's definitely something that, you got to work on. I feel like a lot of times, like I said earlier, we want that gratitude, we want that vindication right away, but
Mhm.
you have to earn it. You have to
Mm-hmm.
really put the effort into your craft to achieve your goals. And everybody wants to have a trophy these days. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. When we was coming up, I grew up in '89. I was born in '89. Grew up in the '90s and the 2000s, and I see the culture now swinging towards everybody has to have an award. But when we was coming up, everybody didn't get an award. It was first, second, and third place. And how I've carried my life, man, I don't never want to be third place. I always shoot for first, but I always want to be in place somewhere, somehow. And if I don't meet my medal mark, at least I gave it my best foot forward, and I was working towards being on that platform. And I feel like that's everybody in life. I mean, we're all working to be on this, this pedestal or this platform. But what are you willing to do to get there? Are you willing to put in the hard work, or are you just a sayer and not a doer? And I feel like a lot of the challenges that I probably ever faced was just trying to find my way on how to get to a point where I could always see myself, doing what I needed to do to achieve. Everybody has their own way of doing it, though.
Right, and like we got, I feel like with this generation with like social media and technology, like
Mhm.
you just really have to really figure out what makes you happy and what works for you,
Mhm.
because like entrepreneurship is really not for everybody.
That's true.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with having a good job that pays all your bills, that helps you
Hmm.
save money, that helps you take care of your family and helps you do what you need to do for yourself. There is nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of times we feel so much pressure because we see our peers and we see everybody around us doing this and doing that and doing this, and it's inspiring, for some people, but some people will also get discouraged.
Yeah.
So, you can't look at other people success and be like, wow, like, damn, I'm not doing what I need to be doing. Like, no, God has a plan for you. You just have to
Right.
take your
Not your
time and
time.
really just ask yourself, like, what do you really want and what makes you happy? Because, I mean, and then it all comes back to like mental health. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Like this year, I've been just so at peace with just taking it one day at a time, just being more relaxed, just being more peace minded, and not feeling like I have to control everything. Just feeling
Right.
like like I'll just let God keep control, and I'll
Hmm.
just do what I need to do, and then everything else will just fall in place. But like I just wanted to say to people watching, people listening, there's nothing wrong with working a job. There's nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur. Everything is hard work at the end
Hmm.
of the day. So, you just have to be willing to just whatever you do, just just do what's best for you.
Yeah. T, you have any experiences that you could say like that are like defining or what made you personally to be the woman that you are today?
I have a lot
Yeah,
actually.
let's tap in. Let's tap in on that.
Um, I would just say I would like where I could start at is that moving. That was like one of my very first experiences with like change because I moved a lot. I felt like I moved from New Jersey. My first initial move from New Jersey to Arizona. Like I said before in the previous episode, it was culture shock for me. I had to get used to a new surrounding, being on a different coast. It just was real different here. But I would say that experience really helped me because like I've learned to adapt in an environment. I've learned that change is good. It it helps you grow as a person, because what you think you're used to and things that you like, that stuff changes, you know, like a mindset I had in New Jersey, I don't have that mindset now. When I went to Arizona State, you know, being in college, you know, I went through a lot of things, like in some moments, you know, trying to figure out, you know, how am I gonna make it without mom and dad? Even though I had my mom and dad not too far, it's like I wasn't the type to want to be like, let me ask dad for this. You know, I felt like he had already did a lot for me. So like, I don't know, like for me, I think I had like, what was it called? M-Bucks? What was it called? The money.
Them MMG dollars.
Yeah, the M&G dollars. I was like, all right, like $900 ain't gonna make it through a semester. So
Right.
you know, like it's times where, you know, I was like, well, I'm a struggle, not because like I don't think it was so much that I was like prideful, but like I just didn't want to be like what's the word for it? Like,
You didn't want to be nagging, you know, you wanted to.
yeah, I didn't want to like nag like dad and be like, dad, like I need money for this, but you already paid for all my books, you paying for, you know, tuition, you paying for housing and board. So I had to figure it out, you know, when I started working, I had to manage my money, you know, moving from place to place, learning what it's like to live with different people, you know, there's a lot of situations that make you uncomfortable, you know, experiences with like dating. That's definitely has helped me grow as a woman, because I had to learn over the years what I want, what I don't want. Moving to LA, I would say that was like the most difficult move, because I've learned so much about not just myself, about things I want, you know, how like I'm even driven now to want to do entrepreneurship. I don't think I would have had that initiative before if I hadn't moved to LA. You know, I had to go through that experience. I've been in situations where I was like broke as hell, and you know, I never like.
We done all been there, cuz we done all been there. You bounce back.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
and like I'm like I never like I've been in a situation I'm like I never want to go back there. You know, like I've been in very dark places. Like I don't want to go back there. So I feel like in those kind of experiences has shaped me to be like, you know, what can I do to make sure, like, you know, you're gonna go through things, but like, what can I do to move forward? What can I do to be the best version of me? And I just think that I would say, yeah, like first and foremost, like moving all those like different cities and those 3 states, I feel like that really shaped me, because I had to grow. I had to learn to be uncomfortable in situations, and how was I going to deal with, was I going to stay in an uncomfortable situation, or how was I going to let it make me or break me? And, you know, I was going to let nothing break me. So I think that moving really helped me grow into being a woman I am today.
That's what's up. Man, my challenges came from just growing up, you know. I think that my childhood experiences as a kid, it kind of prepared me for how I deal with trust, because if everybody tuning in don't know me, I lived in Pensacola for most of my life. We grew up right there on 42nd Street off 42nd and Jackson. And Pensacola was a lot different when we was coming up, because really it was like that threshold between the hood and the suburbs. So you was like right at the cusp of Camden, but at the same time, we did live in Pensacola, so that was different. Like the first 5 years of my life, I grew up in Ferry Station, and my dad was a decorated cop. My mom was a teaching assistant. So my roots was definitely in Camden all the way, because all my family was there. My grandma lived on Morton Street for over 50 years. My grandparents lived on Morton Street for over 50 years. My other side of my family, my grandmother lived over the hump. Everybody know where that is in Camden. You know what I mean? It was just a different experience for my parents than it was for me. So when I was growing up, I was kind of like to myself. You know, I was very introverted. I didn't really talk to many people, kind of kept to myself. But I was always guarding my energy, because I knew what kind of dog eat dog world it was. And I knew my parents, you know, they grew up in poverty. So for me to have the opportunities that I had today is all because of them. You know what I mean? They didn't have an opportunity to go to college. They didn't have an opportunity to do a lot of the things that I did. You know, my parents went back to school and, you know, went through community college and worked hard worked their tails off to get where they are, you know. And I just incorporated a lot of what they instilled in me. But in the same time, when I was a kid, I was very introverted. I mean, I stayed in the house quite a bit. I didn't really do too much. I just hung out with my family and my cousins. And that's kind of how I grew up. You know what I mean? My experiences really with trust come from when I got robbed when I was in 12th grade. My house got robbed. My house got broken in, and it was by the grace of God that all the clues started to come through on who broke into my crib and how it happened. That I really should start to put my guard up even more on the kind of people that I trusted, and I never enabled my energy to extend to people who I think just wanted me or wanted to use me for a certain purpose, opposed to really being my true friend. And those experiences really made me the man that I am today because I don't really always let people in. You know what I mean? You from Camden, you from South Jersey, you from New Jersey. You all have that that dog eat dog mentality where everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful. And a lot of times when people do see you winning, it's they want you to be the prey. So you know what I mean? They'll come after you because they know you either are doing something successful or you have something that they want. And I think that experience for when my house got, robbed, I came home from school, all my drawers, everything was broken into, my house had got vandalized and stuff like that. So, I just started guarding my energy. And I think that's real important on, how you live your life because, sometimes, everybody's not for you. Sometimes people will do anything and everything to have what you have. And, I learned at an early age, just from what my parents and, what my family had endured on how to carry myself and who I could, invite my energy to. And that was a learning curve, but I got through it.
This episode is brought to you by Anchor, podcasting made easy. Easily create your own podcast, then distribute to all major listening apps, all for free. Create and distribute your podcast for free with Anchor, a Spotify company. Record from anywhere, monetize your podcast, unlimited free hosting, one-click distribution. Yo, cuz what you said about your energy, man, you gotta protect that at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like your energy is like sacred. Like you could think that people are just trying to be cool with you, and then they're trying to gain something from you. So you just got to be like you have to just be wise enough to just see us when you see a snake. You know what I'm saying? Just recognize one. You know what I'm saying? And what you said, T, about trying to like tackle things on your own and like not ask your parents for help. I mean, pride kills. You know what I'm saying? Like if you need help, you have to ask for it, because some people don't have people to go to ask for help. And like you just it's each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? If you have people in your corner that's the beautiful thing about family, is that you should always have somebody that you can go to in a tough time. Like Tania has always, what I mean, been there for me. When I was, what I mean, when I was younger, like always somebody I could go to for like guidance and help me just mature so much. Really ahead
Shout
of my
out,
time. Yeah,
shout out to
really. Oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to Big Sis. Like definitely helped me mature, and I was really ahead of my time mentally. But I don't. I mean, worst thing people can say is no, and then that just gives you more hunger to really get what you need to get done for yourself. So it's it's all a learning curve. And being uncomfortable is the number one key to being successful. Is being uncomfortable. Is just like, okay, how can I improve? Even though like you said, because people will look from afar and be jealous, and you might not even have the crazy thing is you don't even have any. Like I feel like I don't even have anything.
for real.
And I I can just feel it. Like I know that there's people that are like envy or like jealous of me, but I'm just like, I don't have anything. Like I'm come from the projects, you know what I'm saying? Like I was raised on Shelton in the projects, you know what I'm saying? I was raised in Parkside or from Parkside, but it's like I don't have anything for people to be jealous of. I just,
Exactly.
I just got my head up, my feet down, and I just try to keep moving forward no matter what life
Mm,
brings. So it's like, it's crazy, man. I never understand. I don't even know what like being jealous like feels like. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, I love who I am. So I want everybody, like, I'm happy if I see somebody doing good, man, that inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, that's great, man. You want to see that. You want to see people doing good because, it gives you confidence. Shouldn't be
fact.
the other. It really shouldn't be the other way around.
Hmm. And when they robbed me, man, they was just practicing because they ain't get much. They ain't get much. Tell you that right now.
Right, man.
It was just the principle for me, though. You know me. I mean, I used to have a lot of pool parties. I had a legendary pool parties in Pennsauken back in the 2000s, and man, we used to have like 50 to 100 people in the backyard, and I probably had one of the few pools on the Westfield Avenue side of Pennsauken. So, everybody just kind of like gravitated towards, the crib back in the day. And yeah, man, that was like my first experience on, just having my energy out there and people really see what you have. But like you said, they may be envious of you, but you probably don't even have nothing for them to actually, come up off. And they didn't. That was the crazy thing about it. They never was able to get much. They probably got a iPod and maybe some other things from back in the day, but they didn't get much at all.
Right, like, what's the point? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And if you believe in karma, like I do, like what's the point? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Right.
You just something like that, something is bound to come hit you even harder, and you never know when it's gonna come. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
but it's amazing, man, because that experience allowed me to really embrace the people that did love me, man. I get a lot of love from both Camden and Pennsauken. And even out here in Arizona, man, I've always got a lot of love because I give a lot of love, man.
Right.
I really practice that every day, trying to give people love, give them a good attention, and just saying hi to people sometimes, man, that goes a long way.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't even say hi, man. I be out here in Arizona sometimes, and it might be because of the heat, but I don't hear the word.
It is probably because of that heat, because that heat different, man. I mean,
Yeah,
if it's hot out here,
that
I'm
heat hit
like,
different.
right, he like, and I'm a summer baby, so it's like
Yeah,
just heat, just being hot would just rub anybody the wrong way. I feel like that's just like natural.
big facts.
I don't know y'all, cause I got low patience. Like I held the door for this lady the other day, and one lady walked through, and I wasn't even holding the door for this other lady, and she walked through. I'm like, damn, like the least you could have said is thank you. Like I gave her a look, like, come on now, like I wasn't even holding the door for you. Could at least said thank you. My patience is thin, so I just think that some people just be rude, and it wasn't even that
Oh
hot.
my
It
god.
was raining.
Yeah.
So some people just be rude. I think the heat
It
do
wasn't
make
a
people
Karen.
calm.
Was it a Karen?
Yeah, it probably was a Karen. Yeah, it was a Karen. I should have shut the door. I should have pulled the door on her. But
And
I was like,
and
no, I'm
you
working on my patience.
Gone.
we get taught as a kid to respect our elders and respect older people, but like, yo, I've really like come across some really rude old people. Like,
Oh
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, it's just like, just because you old, that don't mean that you have to be a certain way or act a certain way. I mean, it goes two ways. You know what I
I don't
mean?
live by that rule, cause like I do like I respect my elders, but I feel like you come in a certain way, like it
Oh
has
yeah,
its I'm gonna still be respectful, but I'm gonna G check you and let you know, like respect go both ways. Like I'm not gonna like sit there and let nobody just disrespect me.
man. I can hit that switch just like that. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't even know what hit you. But yeah, I mean, but it takes people to like you be chilling, and then somebody could
right.
just come differently, and then you just like hold up, like you know what I mean?
right.
I'm trying to be respectful and I'm trying to be kind, but you coming differently, so I'm gonna come hard. I'm gonna come how you coming.
Right.
But I be trying to walk the other way. I be trying to just I
Do
be
it
trying
right.
to channel that. Yeah. That's I done came a long way with that, man. You
Yeah.
know.
You just gotta ask God to forgive you at night. That's how I be doing. I'm like,
Right.
God forgive me. I mean, I know I was angry earlier, but please forgive me.
Right. You be asking yourself like, damn, was I really wrong, or was it like, you know what I mean, like, or did I really have to do that?
Was
But
I
nah,
wrong?
you
But
had to
they
do
did
that,
something to make me wrong.
right? Because then you get mad at yourself, like, damn, I should have said something. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or you know what? I shouldn't have said nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta be key quick. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? On like how to react, or just how not to react.
Yeah. Have a good moral discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
kick off
telling
the
you.
next topic, y'all. We're gonna hit that sports report, everybody. The Milwaukee Bucks just won the NBA Finals. Kind of sad because I live here in Phoenix. The Suns didn't get the job done. They was up 2-0 and could not get the job done, man. Pretty sad for the people of Phoenix, man. They're looking for, that NBA champion or a champion on a major sports platform. But hey, man, we're gonna have to try for next year, man. D Book and Chris Paul couldn't get it done, and Giannis Antetokounmpo came out with his first championship. So shout out to Antis Antetokounmpo, man. He's from Greece. Came to the NBA real young. Um, kind of reminds you of like a Tim Duncan prototype kind of dude. He's a big man. He's a center, but he plays big. I mean, he's not like imposing like Shaq or anybody like that, but he definitely plays above the rim. And shout out to the Bucks, man, for winning the finals in 6 games. That was pretty cool.
I got something to say real quick because I don't want nobody thinking I'm clapping because I'm a hater. Because I be going for the Suns. Like, that's for like my second home team. But oh my God, they was pissing me off the last game. I'm like, shoot the ball. Just shoot. Like, they kept trying to like run everything, do layups and all that extra stuff. I'm like, at the end, I was like, all right, the last quarter mattered the most. And y'all fumbled that bad. So when Milwaukee Bucks won, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of like upset that they lost, but I'm like, at the same time, it was well deserved. And I feel like, I don't know how to say his name, so I'm gonna just say the Greek freak. That's what they call him. I feel like he carried his team. Like, everybody did their part, but I feel like he really carried his team. So,
Yeah, he
like,
went
in my
off.
opinion, I feel like it was well deserved.
Yeah, he went
But
off for 50 in his game 6
Right.
finals showdown. Man, that was crazy.
He up there with he broke the record. I think it's only like a couple of people that broke that record, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he was damn near averaging 40 points in a final, so
Yeah.
he definitely cemented himself as one of the better performers in NBA Finals history. I got another topic for us, y'all. It's in regards to Sha'Carri Richardson, the female sprinter who was kind of X'd off for smoking marijuana. It's a tough topic, but they say the rules are the rules. It just kind of sucks, man, because as far as where we've come at with the use of marijuana, I think that she kind of got the short end of the stick. A lot of people go 50-50 with this topic, man. I'm just interested to see what you guys think about it.
I don't know. For me, I feel like I'm on both fences, but I'm disappointed because I feel like I don't want to blame her fully. I feel like whoever was coaching her, they should have been like, hey, make sure, you're not doing illegal activities. Like, you shouldn't be smoking marijuana because that's not going to get you into the Olympics. Like, whoever was coaching her, I feel like, they should have, pushed her and make sure that, she wasn't doing that. But I feel like, I don't know, if I was in the Olympics, I feel like I would have looked at it the same as a government job. Like, you still can't smoke weed and get a government job, So, like, what will make you think you're going to get into the Olympics? And at the same time, I'm also like, weed is, if anything, it's going to slow her down. It ain't going to speed her up like that. And like, she taking like a steroid or something. So, I don't know. It kind of sucks. I was sad for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would say weed enhances a lot. Weed helps you. You know what I mean? Like weed I would say weed enhances, if anything, like because it's like you relax, you calm, you can focus. To me, I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different when it comes to that. But I just don't understand. It's like if she didn't win, would it be the same thing? Like
Right.
would they have still went after her if she didn't win? That's my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Is it I mean, it's crazy because like you said, it doesn't make any sense. Weed is legal, and I guess most states now is legal. But if you have a job and they piss test you, and it's in your system, you get fired. But weed is legal in the states. It doesn't really make sense. It's like just pick your poison. You know what I mean? If you're gonna make it legal, then it shouldn't matter if you work at a company, work at a job. You have that right. You know what I'm saying? You should have that right as a citizen. So um, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I guess the rules are the rules, but much success to her in the future, and
Hmm.
hopefully she don't get discouraged, and hopefully she could just continue to just come back stronger and just keep doing her thing. But I mean, I don't know. The government be tripping sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them things that it's probably like back in the 1920s when they had the prohibition of alcohol. There were just so many different things and variables that they had to go through before they didn't make alcohol a big thing. But me personally, I'm like, as long as she's not under the influence of weed while she was actually running, like,
Right.
who cares if if she smoked a couple of days or a couple of weeks before she actually performed? Because all the athletes on the major platforms here in the United States have consumed marijuana, and they probably just knew when they time was going to come when they had to take their test. But a lot of the NBA players smoke, a lot of the NFL players smoke, and
I'm doing other drugs too, but we ain't gonna get into that, And they
nah.
worrying about marijuana.
And the rules only apply for certain people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. It's y'all know what's up. Yeah, y'all know what's up.
I want to say one more thing. I just feel like, on that topic, I feel like it ties back into our topic of life experiences. Like, it's all about what she make of it. Hopefully she take it as a learning lesson. And if she has the opportunity to run again in the future and be in Olympics, I'm sure she'll do, what needs to be done so that she can participate in the Olympics.
Hmm. Big facts. Well, y'all, I guess the last topic or last segment is the quote of the week. Juan, go ahead and kick that bad boy off.
Before I say the quote of this week's episode, I just wanted to say we had our first sip and paint in our Philadelphia location
Facts.
at Lion Family Studios. I just wanted to say a special thanks to everybody who came out and supported the event. Man, we had so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Just the love is real. You know what I mean? The support is real. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of just bigger things to come. So we just wanted to say thank you for everybody who came out, support,
Much love.
purchased the ticket. You know what I mean? Got some more merchandise coming in stock. You know what I mean? Heavy. So just want to
Yeah,
say
cop
thank you,
that merch.
man. Yeah, we definitely got some more stuff coming. This week's quote is education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.
Nice.
Deep. That's deep.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. We are your hosts, and we look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Peace.
Peace,
Peace.
peace, peace, peace.